It's TV without the TV.
For whatever reason, I was always fascinated by the idea of watching TV shows or movies on a portable console, especially if the console wasn't designed for that. The PSP brought in tiny little DVDs that let you watch some of the biggest movies of the time. But I didn't have one of those growing up. I had the Game Boy Advance, and 2 years after, the beauty that is the Nintendo DS. I can remember being in primary school and witnessing a classmate busting out a SpongeBob Edition Game Boy Advance SP. But it wasn't a game he was playing. He was actually watching an episode of SpongeBob like it wasn't sorcery. I was flabbergasted. You mean I could be watching Spider-Man 2 instead of playing? How is this possible? Despite my fascination, I never did own one of the Game Boy Advance video cartridges, but anytime a game incorporated clips from a movie or fully animated cutscenes, I absolutely loved it. I don't really know why. I feel like it was just the novelty of seeing something that shouldn't be on it, and it was, or I don't know what exactly made me really enjoy that, but it was cool.
Yeah, cool.
I spent hours rewatching cutscenes in the theater mode of Kingdom Hearts on the DS, and the same goes for the horribly compressed LEGO cutscenes. But my biggest obsession as a child, by far, was Avatar: The Last Airbender. I went feral for this show, and just like any property of the 2000s, Avatar had tie-in games. I maintain that the DS got the best version of these. The first two being simple RPGs with really nice pixel art and cool map designs, and the third being a chibi-style Zelda-inspired puzzle adventure game. But when you boot up that first game, you're greeted with the iconic intro to the series, now presented in eye-watering 192p. Imagine if I could watch the whole show like this. Enter the R4.
This is where it gets intense, people.
If you don't know what these are, they're basically a way to play the entire DS catalog and more on one cartridge. Using a micro SD card, you could put anything you wanted on these, really. I can remember borrowing one off a friend in school who had Meet Dave on his. Meet Dave. And this is how I watched the 2008 hit film Meet Dave. During COVID times, I got into revisiting the consoles of my childhood and seeing how I could breathe new life into them by cleaning them up or modding them. But it's taken me till the year of our Lord, 2024, to finally go out and buy an R4 card of my own, in order to make this video and a childhood dream come true. I was inspired to do this by Bullian's Shrek DS. He was kind enough to make a tutorial on how to convert video files to be read by a DS. Link to watch that will be in the description. First thing to do was prep the R4 by correctly formatting the SD card and installing Twilight menu. This seems to be the best way to get your video files to play, and it gives a lot of customization options. And I do own the entire series of Avatar on both Blu-ray and DVD, which I had already made digital backups of years ago. Side note, the packaging on this is so nice. Each season has really nice disc art compared to the plain Blu-ray discs, and had these panoramic scenes on the backs of the cases when they're all folded out.
I just think they're neat.
So, using a tool called Fast Video DS, I was able to convert each and every one of these episodes to the correct DS format. After making sure these worked, I added in the Game Boy Advance titles, I made a quick edit for the background photo, and a little more customization to the menus. So that about does it. Now I can finally watch Avatar the way God intended. You might be asking, why did you do this? And it's a fair question. Avatar's on Netflix now. I already own the series on DVD, Blu-ray and digitally, and I can watch it on my phone. So why would I want to watch it on a worse screen? Because 10-year-old me wanted to. If you'd like to try something like this for yourself for whatever reason, you can pick up one of these R4s for really cheap these days on sites like eBay or AliExpress. I hope you enjoyed watching. Leave a comment on what you'd like to see from me next. I'm still figuring out what kind of videos I want to make here, so any feedback is appreciated. See you later.
That's the start of something big, right in your hand.
It's GBA Video! Game Boy Advance Video!